It's very strange every time I think about it that the most popular figure in our country, particularly on the conservative right, is this, socialist anarchist from ancient Palestine.
No, Jesus was from a land called Judea, the land of the Jews. The Romans renamed the land Syria Palestina in 135 CE. That's over a century after Jesus died. Palestine did not exist when Jesus lived. It was called Judea, also known as Israel. To say that Jesus is Palestinian is like saying that the Apache Indians come from Oklahoma. The Apache Indians lived in that area long before the state of Oklahoma was founded. To say that the Apache Indians are Oklahomans is like saying Jesus was a Palestinian. It's the same thing. The indigenous people lived before the colonizers came and renamed that area. Centuries later, I thought these socialists were against colonizers. I thought they didn't like that. Do you think Jesus would appreciate being called a Palestinian when the brutal Roman Empire invaded the land that he was born in and changed the name to Palestine or Syria Palestina? Do you think Jesus would appreciate being referred to as a Palestinian when that is a name that was forced upon Jesus' land of Judea 100 years after he died? As for Jesus being a socialist, very interesting. So Bernie Sanders, AOC, all these socialists, Mamdani, they all say no oligarchs, and they all say no kings, and they all complain about the colonizers. Well, when Jesus was asked should the Jews pay taxes to the Roman Empire, Jesus had a very clever thing to say. He said, "This Roman coin, whose likeness is on this coin?" And they said, "That's the Roman emperor's likeness." And Jesus said, "Well then, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what belongs to God." This was a great quote, but it had nothing to do with socialism. So basically, Jesus said that this Roman oligarch named Julius Caesar, this colonizer, this king, should keep his money. Jesus did not say the typical thing that Bernie Sanders says or AOC says. Jesus didn't say no kings, no emperors, no oligarchs. The oligarch has too much money, you should take the money away from the oligarch. The oligarch shouldn't be allowed to have that money. No, he said the opposite. He said, let Caesar keep his money. But he created a separation between the Roman Empire's authority and the authority of God. So Jesus basically said, the Roman Empire can have theirs, but there's also another way of doing things besides the Roman way only that involves God. Jesus was basically saying, you, private individual, should be charitable, and you can help your neighbor, not by giving your money, your hard-earned money, the fruits of your labor, to a government, but by doing it yourself directly. He was saying charity lies in the private sector, locally. He wasn't saying give it away to some far-off government where there's fraud and abuse and malfeasance and mismanagement. The Democrats, the Socialists, the commies, they all say, you know what? Jesus said be charitable. So you should give your money to us, and we're gonna decide who should get the money and who shouldn't. We'll figure all that out for you. You're too stupid to do it yourself. We'll take care of that, right? So they take the money, and then you got the kickbacks and the corruption and the mismanagement. But Jesus said, no, you do it yourself. He never said give it to some big government. Jesus was not a big government guy. Socialists are big government. Commies are big government. Democrats are big government. Jesus was not big government. Now, there are socialists who like to say that Jesus meant for you to pay your taxes to the Roman government. The Roman government was not a socialist government. They did not have welfare programs like the socialists want, or like the socialists promise. The Roman government and the Roman economy was based on slavery and the spoils of war. That's how they funded themselves. Slaves and the spoils of war. And when Caesar redistributed land, he redistributed it to the people that were loyal to him and the soldiers. He didn't redistribute it just to any poor person, and the distribution of grain had restrictions. So not everybody could get the grain. He tightened those restrictions. He was not a welfare guy. Jesus' ministry often highlighted the poverty and the suffering of the people, which everybody at the time knew was due to high Roman taxes. Jesus was about helping your neighbor directly, not paying high taxes. The socialists, the Democrats, the commies, they want to tax everything. Jesus was not about the government taking over the means of production. So both of the things that he said fly in the face of what socialists want you to believe, or what socialists think you should do. He said, give the oligarch his money, let him keep his money, the colonizer, the king. But at the same time, he was highlighting the tyranny of these high taxes. He was saying, you take responsibility for your neighbor and your fellow man, and you will be judged by God. He did not say it's up to big government to do it. So nothing he said was akin to socialism or communism, or what the Democrats would have you believe. Very simple question. What form of government has lifted more people out of poverty and benefited humanity more than capitalism? Please tell me, what economic system, what form of government, which nation did better than capitalism to help poor people? What was the name of this nation? When did it exist? What year? And what economic system did they use? I'd love to hear it. The problem is, there isn't any. There's not one that beats free market capitalism. That's why you see so many people risking their lives to get to the United States and to get to capitalist countries from socialist countries. Because everywhere socialism was implemented, you had more poor people, you had more suffering, which is exactly what Jesus doesn't want.